A number of people at London Bridge. Police have declared the attack a terrorist incident. The suspect who died at the scene was believed to have been wearing a hoax explosive device. Reports say there was a fight on the bridge with several men restraining one man. Here's our UK correspondent, Holly Hunter.
Latest here is that we believe that 2 members of the public have now died. That information has not yet been confirmed. All we've heard from officials is that a number of people were injured in this incident, in the stabbing, and have been taken to one of the major trauma centres, one of the only 4 trauma centres here in London. But as we understand now, sources are saying that 2 members of the public have been killed in this incident, along with, of course, the suspect, the man, as you mentioned in your report there, that we can see potentially in that video, in that footage released from eyewitnesses. And we've heard more about how exactly the event unfolded earlier today. You may be able to see behind me buses abandoned still on London Bridge. There's still a wide cordon in place as police very much try and contain this incident. We've heard now that it has been contained, that this does appear to be an isolated incident, but police, of course, trying to figure out whether this perpetrator acted alone. They believe that he has, but the London Bridge station is still closed. Earlier there were police helicopters, police boats along the Thames, and we know that there will be an increased police presence this weekend, as it has been confirmed that this is a terrorist attack. Counter-terrorism have taken over the investigation from the Metropolitan Police. We heard from the Assistant Commissioner earlier saying that they are keeping an open mind. We as yet don't know the identity or any details about the attacker. What we do know is that there was a very, very rapid response from police forces. 3 of them were involved. It was 2 members of the City Police Force that actually shot the suspect dead. Specialist officers, London Ambulance, were on the scene within minutes, as were the fire service, and that response has been praised by officials, authorities, including the London Mayor Sadiq Khan and the Prime Minister Boris Johnson, as well as the bravery, heroism they describe, of members of the public. That's some of that eyewitness footage. You can see members of the public trying to wrestle this suspect to the ground, and we know that he was wearing a fake suicide vest. So these members of the public running into a situation where they very much didn't know what would happen or what they were dealing with, and that heroism described as incredible by the London Mayor Sadiq Khan. Boris Johnson as well, we've heard in the last hour, he's held a briefing at Downing Street, returned from campaigning in his home constituency of Uxbridge. Because of this, of course, this is all taking place in the middle of an election campaign. Boris Johnson saying he'll have to take a view on exactly when to restart that campaigning. But for now, he's very much concerned, he says, with this incident, claiming that whoever is behind this will be hunted down and brought to justice. And he says that he's still urging the public to be vigilant. And we've also heard calls from the Assistant Commissioner and the London Mayor Sadiq Khan for people to send in those videos, those eyewitness accounts that we've seen across social media of this incident, and over-report what they've seen to help with the investigation.
Appreciating that investigations are still underway, ascertaining the motive and the identity of the perpetrator who's been shot dead. Let me take you back to June 2017, wherein at least 8 people were killed in the London Bridge area after attackers ploughed a van into dozens of pedestrians and carrying out multiple stabbings on pedestrians in that area. So can these 2 incidents be linked?
There's absolutely no suggestion that those 2 incidents are linked at all. As we understand, police have told us that this is very much an isolated incident. Appears to be, of course, you mentioned there, the investigation is still very much in the early stages, and the area is still cordoned off, and counter-terrorism police will no doubt be trying to, for the next few months at least, figure out the complexities of what exactly happened here, identify who the perpetrator is, as well as his potential motives. We do know this is being treated as a terrorist attack, and we do know that in 2017 that incident was as well deemed a terrorist attack, and the attackers were found to be jihadists. They did also wear fake suicide vests. So in that way, there is sort of a copycat style that we can see with regards to this perpetrator that we've seen here today. And of course, it is still very much fresh in the minds of people here in London. This was only, we're talking 2017, 3rd of June 2017, just over 2 years ago. The inquiry into that attack has only just finished. 8 people were killed, 48 injured, and the scenes today, people being evacuated, running out of Borough Market, where we know in 2017 the attackers drove a van into pedestrians on London Bridge and then dispersed into Borough Market, stabbing people at will. We also saw as well similarities in the heroism of the public back in 2017 that we have seen this time around.